Hi, my name is JohnSpeed96. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and welcome to my Minecraft survival world, which I've played on for roughly 3 months so far. I plan to make more YouTube videos of me playing in this world in the future, but for now I'm just going to give a world tour of what I've built so far. So this is my world spawn, and as you can see I've just built a little campfire. I've also got some boards that show the number of days when I hit them, and also I have a little achievement board for some various milestones within the world, and eventually I hope to fill this up with more interesting things. So then, continuing on the path to the rest of my world. The first build that we come across is a small skeleton farm. This was one of the first builds that I constructed, and it's just a small farm that I would use to get bones and XP. Right, so here we are down the bottom. As you can see, I've got an enchanting setup and some storage for the skeleton drops. So back up on top, and let's continue on down the path. My main thoughts for when I started this world is that I wanted to connect all my builds via lots of paths and roads, and turn it into some sort of civilization or connected sort of town city thing, and I think I've sort of done that, as you'll see as I go further on. Now the next build that we come to was my starter house, which is on this little island in the middle of a river, and here you can see I've got some sheep and some crops. Inside the house is not very much left, as I took it all to my main base as I moved on, but it's quite a small cozy cabin, and I also have another portal out back. So as we continue further along the path, we will eventually get to the next build, so I'm just going to speed up until we get there. Okay, so as you can see, I've reached my next build that I made. This is a sawmill or a lumber mill. So you can see we've got some fallen trees over on this side and a railway system that we'll get onto a little bit later. Down this direction, we've got a sawmill where the logs can be cut into planks, and I've got a small hut where I suppose the lumberjack could live or something like that. So again, I'm going to speed up as I walk down the path. So this is the first larger project that I constructed, which is a small village, which is on both sides of this river. And the village on this side, where I'm stood, is for the mine. So we got a mine shaft over here. This is where I did a lot of my mining for diamonds and ores, etc. As you can see, we've got some of the resources stored above ground. And then I'll take you over to the other side of the village. And as you can see on this side, we've got a lot more houses where people can just live. And we also have the main reason this is here, which is my villager trading hall. Now in the future, I plan to expand this and move some of the villagers to another location, but here we've got all my librarians, so I was able to get every book that I need for my armor. We also have a number of other villager trades, which are also useful. As you can see, I've got a lot of masons just hanging about, and these guys will eventually be taken to a new location. So back outside then, let's see how I got emeralds so that I could do some trading. So underneath this house, underground, I have a melon and a pumpkin farm, which work pretty well, seeing as I'm building in the area a lot of the time. I also set up an auto crafter here, so that the melons get crafted into blocks, which is pretty handy. So back up on top then, if we go back past the trading hall, in this house on the right, we have my villager breeder. As you can see, I've got 2 villagers in here, and when they make baby villagers, they fall down into the water below. At the moment, the farm is turned off, but there's a lever down there which can be used to activate the farm. I saw this design from another YouTuber called Sir Geeky Gamer, and I'll put a link to his video in the description. So continuing out on the right hand side, we have a small marketplace which I made. Now originally this was just a dip which had a number of trees in, but I decided it would be cool to turn it into a market, as you can see. And then over here we have a little river. Originally this was just a pond, but I expanded the river so that I could build a bridge that goes over the top of it. So I dug out all of this down here. And over the bridge we have a train station, and you can catch a minecart train that will take you to the sawmill or to another part of my world when I've constructed it. So let's take a look at what's down the minecart track. And as you can see, we're back at the sawmill. So I'm just going to fly back over now to the village, and we can continue on with showing you my builds. Okay, so back on the mining side of my village, we have this granite road. As you can see, it's still not quite finished. These aren't supposed to be green. And as we continue down the road, the first thing that we come along is this small water hut. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be for, but I just thought it looked cool. Again, I'm going to speed up the video. So this is another one of my early large projects. As you can see, it's a bridge. It goes over this river. And I will get a picture of the side profile now. As you can see, it's just made completely out of stone. But I wanted an excuse to build a bridge. And I got one. So that was pretty cool. And as we continue along the bridge, the next thing that we come to is this hill, which has got a tower on top of it. Now, this is supposed to be some kind of watchtower or guard tower for the area around, or for the bridge. And it's got a little hut where I suppose the guardian or the keeper of the tower could live, maybe. But in the tower, it's got some storage and a number of rooms on the inside. And then as we get on top, here we can see it's got quite a good view. As we can see just down here, there's the remnants of what used to be a village. And this is a current project that I've just started. And my plan for it is that it's going to be a village just like the mining village over there, but slightly different house designs, etc. And I'm going to connect it up to the railway to just about here. It's also going to have another granite path which will run through this forest, but I will show that later on in another video when it's completed. So back up by the watchtower, as we come back to the granite road, you will see that we've got this sort of walled in walkway, which is something I wasn't planning to do, but actually I quite like it. And I've got a little bit of mess left over from construction that needs to be cleared up. And then this is where the granite path ends, so I need to get on and do a bit of work on this, but I'll show you where it's supposed to connect up to. So this here is where the granite path eventually will connect up to. As you can see, I've got a little bit of a chest monster and some buildings under construction, or just one building under construction. And eventually I'm going to try and turn this into more of like a town, so more of these townhouses, some bigger buildings, and lots of shops, like bakery, blacksmith, that kind of thing, will be in this town in this area. The other thing that I've got in this location is my main base and the Ender Dragon tomb. And seeing as the Ender Dragon tomb is the only one I've completed, I'll show you that first. Okay, so here we are at the Ender Dragon tomb. As you can see, it's got these big steps going up to it, and the whole building is textured like this wall here. Normally, I wouldn't bother texturing buildings, but I decided that I wanted to give it a go for this, and it turned out pretty well, I think. So as we come inside, you can see it goes down pretty deep, and we have this big old staircase that goes round. I'm not going to walk it because it takes a really long time. Okay, so down the bottom then, we've got this tunnel and then a walkway. And here we have the dragon egg. And as you can see, it's got a skylight, but at the moment it's just a hole. It needs to be finished. And it was only about 100 Minecraft days ago that I did the dragon. I left it quite late. So back up on top, the last main thing to show you is my base, which is currently under construction. It's taking a little while to build at the moment, but eventually I'll get it done. My idea is it's going to be some kind of castle thing, but I don't want it to be completely castle. It also wants to feel a bit like a big mansion, kind of. On the inside then, I've got this big walkway that goes down the middle. Lots of big pillars and archways. I've got a map room, which needs to be updated. As you can see here, this is the mining village here. This is where the bridge is. So it's a little bit outdated. And then underneath, I've got an auto smelter, which has got a minecart system that runs around the back. And on the other side, I've got my main storage area. So I've got all my chests, all my stuff. I've got my main nether portal. I also have some bees. I don't know if I can see them. There we go. I've got some beehives just up there, and they can be accessed with this lever panel. So if I flick this lever, that will open up behind the armor stands, and you can climb up to see the bees. These collect me honey and honeycomb, which are stored in these chests back here. Down the middle then, the enchanting table and the crafting table are all under the redstone system, so I can flick this to have the bookshelves disappear, and if I want the crafting tables up, I can flick this lever, and then they will appear. And normally there's a beacon here, but I need to go and get another beacon because I've run out. So that's pretty much everything that I've built in this world, and the rest of the things are in the nether. So the two things to show you in the nether is my industrial area. I'll go there now. So here in my industrial area, I've only got 3 farms. I've got my gunpowder farm, an iron farm, and a sugarcane farm. And the credits for the farms are, the gunpowder farm is from a Shulkercraft YouTube video, which I believe was originally designed by Pixelriffs. And the iron farm I built from memory. I can't remember where I found the YouTube video from. I couldn't find it again. And the sugarcane farm is a pretty general design, so I'm sure there's many people who've used that. It'd be pretty hard to find the original designer. Okay, so here at the slime farm, you can see it down there. This design, I believe, was created by Mortings, and I forgot to mention earlier that the melon and pumpkin farms also came from a Shugglecraft YouTube video. And for all the farms that I've shown that are not my design, I will try and put links in the video description so that people can get the proper credit they deserve. Okay, so that is it for the tour of my survival world. I hope you enjoyed, and if you watched all the way to the end, thank you very much, I really appreciate it. And in the future, I plan to make more videos of me working on some individual projects, hoping to try and involve some more building time lapses, that sort of thing. So I hope to see you there. My name has been DrumSpeed96. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.